Welcome to the Game of Risk, everyone. I'm your host, OliveXC, a top player at this game, back at you with some more classic fixed. This was originally a 50-minute game, but I edited this down to make it more reasonable for YouTube. When I look at my position, I see that I have a lot of my troops located in Asia, which gives me flexibility to move to another continent. I'm noticing that the blue player really isn't going for Africa, even though they have a lot of troops there, and the black player is also leaving Africa. This means that I can probably go for the Africa continent, given that the Japan connects to South Africa through the portal. Given this, my plan is going to be going into the portal and regrouping my troops there. So I go in, make my attacks, and I make sure to make one extra attack because I want to group everything down into the portal. I feel like blue had a bit of a missed opportunity when they could have gone for Africa instead of their Australia. But we can see now that the purple and blue players will be going to the very classic no Australia, no win mentality. And this is even worse because there's a portal in Australia. This means that Australia is no better than something like South America because they can be attacked in even two places. I mean, look at what the other players are doing. Pink is giving themselves maximum flexibility by grouping all of their troops within a portal. The white player is giving themselves maximum flexibility by leaving their troops located in the center of the map. The black player has a clear strategy in place, going for the South America continent. So now I'm just focused on using up all of my troops around the map, consolidating everything together, and then hopefully getting a couple good turns in. I would love it if the white player were to move their 12 from the Middle East, so the blue player will be able to get out. But I understand that since there's 2s and 3s all around them, that they have to probably wait a little bit. I also think that the white player is waiting to see how the war between purple and blue is going to play out. I really think that the blue player is more likely to win because the blue player is more likely to have a set first over the purple player. And we can see, like, purple isn't leaving, blue isn't leaving, only one can win. And in black's case, they're doing all the right stuff. They're not rushing the continent because they don't want someone taking it out. They're also avoiding being antagonistic towards the other players. Really good textbook strategy for early game risk, which I highlight all the time in my videos. The pink player now has really consolidated almost everything down into one army. I feel like they had a missed opportunity because we can see now that the white player is going into the Europe continent. But pink could have gone there earlier. Like, look at that. They just had to attack a black 3 and a red 2, and then they would have been able to get in. Instead, the white player moves, which gives blue an opportunity to leave, which they take right away. I didn't think those extra attacks were really necessary, but purple makes the attack, and I think they sealed both of their fates. Since both of them are around 15 troops or less, players can trade in and eliminate them at the same time. This is going to be very dangerous for the purple player and the blue player. I also noticed that I, at this time, am having some really good lines on the blue player. If I can just take blue out of Japan, which I do, I have a straight line path and a high likelihood of success. I take out the blue player, I get 4 cards. I only get the 8 traded, unfortunately, and a large amount of men. I don't need the men in my life. Ugh. But I just decided to consolidate everything back in, and now I have my continent and 5 cards. I am in good shape. And the pink player, look at this move by the pink player, you guys. They are immediately attacking purple, eliminating them, gaining their 4 cards, and now they own the Australia continent. We have now officially entered the mid-game where 3 players have continents and the white player does not have a continent. The only mistake of pink is that they're not really defending their region. They should be leaving all of their troops there. But oh no, you guys, the white player has chosen to attack me. Now, in the game, I was pretty annoyed with this, because this is just going to be allowing black and pink to become strong. But I guess they just wanted to attack me for one turn, so I can certainly understand it. But it looks like diplomacy this game is going to be a little challenging between us. Hopefully, we'll be able to maintain relations. In any case, the white player is going to have to move soon. And really, I'm hoping now that there may be some conflict between pink and black, because if pink isn't defending their continent, I'm hoping that they'll start attacking each other. I do notice here that white does move, and it looks like they want to get the Europe continent. But they are the weakest player in this game. In general, I don't want to be having the weakest player getting the strongest continent like Europe, because that's going to allow them to become extremely strong. So now I wonder what the white player is going to be doing. Are they going to be getting their continent of Europe? This is not going to be easy, and this is because there's an 8 of pink, a 4 of black, and even a 2 of mine in the region. The only thing the white player has done that's really good is they're really grouping their troops together right now. They are being a little antagonistic, attacking a couple of territories, and ooh, black is leaving their troops in Central America. This is showing that they're choosing to be a little bit more antagonistic towards pink, and that they don't want them getting any other continent. I'm just really surprised pink isn't moving their 30 into Australia. The board has decided they can hold the continent, but they can't hold North America. As we move to pink's turn, we see that they are actually slowly moving out of Europe now, and they're choosing to be good neighbor with the white player. But white, they are now hitting the black player. They are giving pink one turn to get out of the region, or they are going to take it. But black, sensing some opportunity, they decide to attack and hit the pink player. So I'm just loving this as being the like the turtle African player right now. I'm just grouping all of my troops together. Originally I had 2 stacks, so I was worried about white hitting me. But then with them no longer hitting me, I'm not worried about it at all. I'm just grouping everything together, and I am looking to be fine at this time. The white player, though, is now finally able to hold the continent, and they're leaving their troops on the Ukraine to give themselves maximum flexibility to attack around the map. We now get to, I think, the critical moment of this game and where the title of this video comes from. I'm a human like everybody else, and sometimes I can make some mistakes. And earlier in the game, I was a little bit annoyed with like a white hitting me. Additionally, I saw the white player was the weakest person right now, and I felt this doesn't make sense for the white player to be having a continent like this. I felt that with the black player and the pink player being in conflict with each other, that I can naturally make white my enemy, keep them a bit weaker, and maybe I can go for the Europe continent instead. What I really just didn't consider, and this was just again my mistake, was the white player having 5 cards and guaranteeing having a set, and them now just going for the Africa continent. And they decide to just attack like all of my troops. So take a little bit of a hit, and all of my early game advantage is now gone. The white player is pretty aggressive, but they know how to defend themselves, which I really do respect. But now it is my turn. I use my wild card to trade in, and I am deciding to now go for Europe. In game, I was thinking, hey, I'll just hold the Europe continent like this. I will be getting more troops per turn than with Africa, and I will be fine. But I felt as though that it's a lot easier for other players to be attacking me at any time, like pink and black. Additionally, the white player is leaving their troops right next to me. The North Africa can only go into one area, right? Me. If they were truly looking to be a little bit more passive, they would have left their troops on East Africa. But in the white player's case, I don't blame them as I attacked them once before. We are still in the alliance, but it's a bit of an uneasy alliance. I am still getting a large number of troops per turn, and I am doing fine for myself right now with even 15 territories and the Europe bonus. I think I'm going to be fine, and oh no, you guys. White is being antagonistic and hitting me again. I've just done a really bad job establishing a relationship with them. They attacked me in the very beginning part of the game, which I understand. They just didn't want me having a continent potentially snowballing for the advantage. But now I think it's just getting like a little bit much, because we both keep attacking each other. It's just going to get really bad. And in the white player's case, I have a lot more troops than them. So I feel like it's just going to be very dangerous for them to keep attacking like this. So, in the game, I'm just trying to be nice to white, letting them hold the continent, and said, well, maybe you guys will let me hold Asia, right? No Asia, no win? Well, guys, the pink player's not stupid. Nobody lets you hold Asia in this game. They rightfully break my Japan region, and, now white is just basically taking over the Europe continent again. They're saying that they want to hold Europe and to get strong doing that, and guys, I'm just getting annoyed at this point. I understand that my break on them was bad, but for them to hit me again, frankly, it was just starting to annoy me. So now I make a very aggressive move on the white player, where they end the alliance with me because of it, as you can see. But I just attack all over the map, leave my stack very far away from them. And if they don't have a set on 3, they'd have to attack the black and pink player quite a bit and use their main army to go all the way across from Asia to hit me in Africa. But they do have the set on 3, and the 10 set no less. And now they're going in and taking over the Africa continent. I've just completely broken all relationships with like the white player, and things are only getting worse between us at this time, and I just don't really know how to be fixing it. There's that first break left an unsettling feeling in my mouth, so I'm trying to fix the relationship. I am giving them the Africa continent because I just want to hold Europe. And now I have a lot of territory and the continent, and now even you can see, guys, we're a little bit behind the black and the pink player, but we're still doing all right now because we have like the strong continent. If I can just do this for a couple of turns, I will be in very good shape, and then maybe I can pick my next target because I don't want to be attacking white anymore at this time. I know that the players are card trading a bit, but I've now established a bit more strength for myself, and guys, the white player is just, they're continuing to go at me like a little bit right here. They are now deciding to take my territories down below 15, and looking back on it in this game, I think this was actually very fair of them. For them to give me this many troops just wouldn't be making any sense at all. So even though we're card trading back and forth, and the white player is fine giving me the Europe continent, they are basically telling me, OliveXC, you can have your continent, but it's not fair to be having this extra territory too. So they want us to keep me at like around 11 to 12, and at this point, with the white player and I just card trading and attacking each other back and forth, tension rising, like at this point I'm just getting like a little bit annoyed because they kind of started it. So I decide that I have to hit the white player again, and I take away some of their territories, and they decide to break the alliance with me, and they don't want another one. And guys, I'm sure you're wondering at this point, why is this game on YouTube? I've made a lot of mistakes, I've ruined relations, and it just seems like one of us is going to self-destruct into the other. Well, it's for 2 reasons as the white player attacks me. First, when you're in a poor relationship with another player, and you know that they're going to attack you, you need to attack them first to get the attacker's advantage, especially as army sizes become big. That's the first thing, as like a teaching moment for you guys. And the second reason is that this 3-player endgame is one of the craziest things that ever happened to me in Risk. So first, I got to take out the white player. I know that they are going to take me out if I don't hit them now. So I decide to trade in. I am still so weak right now, you guys. I'm only on 60 troops, but I know that if someone were to take me out right now, they'd be giving themselves the second place. But I know a lot of players will be glad with that, so I am in bad shape. For some reason, the pink player didn't break my Africa and Europe bonus, so I still am okay right now, but what the black player should be doing is just breaking me everywhere and placing some aggressive stacks. I'll be unable to retaliate, and the black player will be in a very, very strong position, but oh my gosh, you guys! Did these players just give me 2 continents when I was the weakest player? Like, I'm leaving my troops purposefully in a block stack because there's no way I can be attacking right now. And oh my god! What is pink doing? They decided to hit the black player. They should be hitting me because I'm the weakest right now. Oh my gosh, now look, you guys. The black player is just basically going ham on us. They are attacking me very aggressively, and now they are even attacking pink aggressively. But because of pink's action attacking the black player really hard, this has actually made this a bit of a closer game. Because I had that lucky turn holding both continents for once, I was able to regroup, gain so many troops. If I can work with the pink player, we can both take turns hitting the black player, weakening them significantly, and then be an equal 3-player endgame scenario. Like, oh my gosh, I'm now really liking my decision attacking the antagonistic white player. So now we've got into a very tough 3-player endgame scenario. The black player is certainly really strong right now, but they haven't gotten enough to break the entire game. So I'm just trying to hold Africa and making some attacks, and I'm hoping that pink will continue attacking like the black player. But then, disaster strikes. The pink players decided to bot out, and I needed to work with pink to attack black. There's no way that I can win this endgame. All the black player has to do is take the attacker's advantage and hit me as hard as possible. But instead they decide to attack pink! What are they doing? I see that pink is offline, but I don't know if they're truly offline or not, but I realize I only have one chance, you guys. I have to assume pink has truly given up, because this game's been going on a while. I go in, I try to get the attacker's advantage. I gain a lot of troops here, but I need a better roll. So I have to roll this down because it's only 32% right here. I get +2 again. I blitz. He lost 36 and I lost 32. I gained 6 troops on that attack. Look right now, you guys. The black player's on 28 and I'm on 24. I used to be down 40 troops before my turn started. I had such a clutch set on 3. But guys, the black player can take this at any time. Like, ugh, they did bad pathing, but they luckily won the 2v1 to get into me. But all they have to do is move their 7 that is in Alaska into an open spot. But guys, they're not doing that. Oh, it looks like this player doesn't know about how to be attacking. And even though they're making mistakes, they're so far ahead, you guys. They're still ahead in troops before they trade in their set. And I don't know how I'm going to come back from this. They even have 15 territories. And because of the multiple of 3, they get even 5 troops and a set. This game is done. All I have to do is break my Africa, then attack as many territories as possible in order to get an advantage. But you can see in the top corner, they ran out of time. They didn't blitz my 3. And this in turn is giving me the maximum flexibility to be attacking around the map. I know that because they're a slow player, maybe I can still take this. I do open up their 5, which was a mistake. Because again, they had their 7 trap, their 5 trap. Like, they've been making so many mistakes in the endgame. But, guys, you won't believe it. Because again, this is on 2 times speed. But I got another clutch set on 3. I'm still behind by almost 20 troops right now. This black player should be winning this endgame. It's going to be a miracle if I come back from this. The white player was the worst neighbor to me, and I was even a worse neighbor to them. But can I come back from my mistake? I decide to make an attack, and I decide to break Africa first. And then what I also do is I leave 3 troops, and I do take Australia. and then I get the attacker's advantage, and I get a pretty good roll on the 5, and then I attack all over the map, and I win the 2v1, and now I hold Europe. The black player is just at 12 troops, so I maybe could have done that a bit better to get them under 11, but their mistake of leaving their 7 trap, their 5 trap is just proving detrimental. Guys, I am holding Europe now, and I decide here to split my troops a little bit to guarantee breaking South America, taking Australia, and getting a favorable attacker's advantage on the 7. The black player moved his troops way too late. They're only getting 3 troops. They can't break all of my continents now, or can they? They get the trade in, but they need to break everything. So they take over Africa. Now they are attacking Australia, but they attack my 5! They've given me Europe again! No way, you guys. Am I going to take this game? I was behind by 30, 40 troops. I had some clutch sets on 3, but no way. No way, you guys, am I going to take this. This will be the most miraculous comebacks I've ever had. I'm leaving the 5 trapped right now, but guys, I don't think the black player could do anything. I think we've just taken this game. I can't believe it, you guys. Wow. I know that I made a huge mistake this game with the relation with the white player, but I relied on my mechanics that I've taken me so far in this game and my 1v1 skill, and it took a lot of mistakes and luck, but we got the win, you guys. If you guys are enjoying this content, please consider subscribing. But with that, this is OliveXC signing off.